Have you poorly performed in the recent exam? Do you have no interest in studying, either at least the whole studying academics as a whole or particular topics, particular subjects? You don't want to put any effort. You want to postpone. You wanted to do task only when it is at the last minute, be it studying for the exam. You wanted to study the night before or a day or two before. You want to submit homework tomorrow. You wanted to start it today. Unless until it comes to the last minute, you don't want to act on anything related to academics, in spite of your parental, nudges or teacher nudges or any other things. Do you see that the only way for you to take action is either through an external reward? That reward can be praise or marks or something your parent would promise that I'm going to get this for you if you score this much. Or a failed consequence, a consequence like maybe you're failing or your people are making fun of you when you don't get certain marks, or you don't get admission into a certain university or college when you don't get enough scores. So only these are the things that ignite your nature of work. So the fundamental aspect, if you have ticked any of these points, is that you don't have intrinsic motivation. What's intrinsic motivation? The internal drive for you to achieve things because you wanted to achieve it. It's not for your parents, it's not for anything, but it's for you. You have personal satisfaction when you do things. It's something that's important for you. Okay? So it's not to get away from failures, it's not to challenge somebody, it's not to prove something for somebody, but it's much more divine, it's much more personal, where you feel satisfaction when you are working on it. Achieving things feels joy for you. And why did you lose having this intrinsic motivation? It could be because of your past failures, your belief systems. Pandemic has played an important role. The emerging systems of computers and AIs and stuff, they all know your preferences very much. So obviously when you're not getting your needs met on the virtual, the real platform, you're getting them met on your virtual platforms. When your need for belonging, you don't have friends at school, you have friends when you watch those videos or PlayStation games or video games. You're not having accomplishment in your real life because you're getting poor marks in your exams or in your schoolwork, but when you're playing video games, you're winning. So obviously you wanted to lean towards that. So all of these have reduced your internal motivation and made you not so interested towards putting effort. Now, how do we develop? Why do we have to develop this intrinsic motivation towards academics? With the emerging systems, as I said, AI, you already know how powerful they are. The future is all about application. If you don't put enough effort while studying a subject, which requires, if a subject requires 4 hours of study, if you put 1 hour, there always will be the gap, right? So in the future, it's not just enough that you get marks, but you also should know how to apply it. And today, when you're struggling to even understand a concept, as the classes are increasing, as you move from grade 7 to 8 to 9, the portions are increasing, the complexity is increasing. So with no foundation, how are you gonna fare there? And unless until you fare there and you excel there, you will not be able to apply that concept in real life. And unless until you apply that, you'll not be able to get into your dream jobs, dream colleges, and best of your lifestyles that you always wanted. So success means different things for each of us, but mostly it's associated with abundance, right? So if that's the truth, what can we do today for us to improve our intrinsic motivation, especially when it comes to studying? 1, autonomy, freedom, choice. How can I improve? How can I put effort towards learning this? Second is improving my competence. In case if I am not at all understanding the foundation topic, no point in trying to learn the next level topic, right? So every time you sit to learn a topic, which is especially you perceive it as hard and difficult, please study the basics. Go through the concept once more, be it your study material, be it your other learning resources, whatever you have handy. or simple YouTube search also will do, provided you learn those concepts and then go into the practice. Third, develop growth mindset. What are the beliefs that stopping me from putting effort? What do I talk to myself? What are those self-sabotaging thoughts I have towards myself? See if you can convert them into a positive stances. I can attitude, building an I can attitude towards it. Set small goals, work on it, and see how you can achieve the next step. Consistency over intensity. Habits over motivation. Acknowledging small progresses in the path and reflecting on mistakes and correcting those mistakes all through. And getting a bigger purpose. Why I have to study? What is it available for me? If your parents are into business and if they haven't, academics is not a way for them to, get successful, you might also have a belief that I don't have to study to get successful. True, but as I said, world is changing. So the resources your parents had, you might have to have a little more in hand for you to be successful either. So the nature of you giving your 120% best in everything you do, and then whatever you did well, acknowledge it. Whatever you didn't do well, learn it. This cycle of loop will always help you to achieve the best you, the best of what you can achieve, to the best of your own potential. And to get there, you need to have that drive. You need to have that drive to understand where I want to get. Be it a bigger goal, a bigger purpose, something you're passionate about, something you wanted to solve, something you wanted to achieve. Be it money, be it status, be it power, be it impact, that's fine. But understanding what you really want, aligning that with your current academic goals, that will help you to be more intrinsically motivated. Another thing is external rewards, like see if I get this, my father is going to buy me this, or I feel I get praise. These are some aspects that can elevate your intrinsic motivation also. So, but the point you need to note is, without intrinsic motivation, you don't feel motivated to study. Extrinsic motivation or external rewards can act as catalyst for your intrinsic motivation so that you will perform the best. So when it comes to quality, it's always intrinsic motivation. When it comes to quantity, like for salespeople, that commissions, incentives gives that instant kick. So during those times, extrinsic rewards can help, but when it comes to academics, it's always the drive has to be within you, and you need to have some time with your own self and reflect on each of these aspects, on why you lack intrinsic motivation, and see what are the strategies you can build based on the topics we have covered to build this important aspect of your life. All right.